It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Unbound Brewing Company, and this is a can of their Northern Pilgrim, a Pilgrim hops session stout at 4% ABV. I'm a big fan of this brewery. It was about 2 years ago, about this time 2 years ago, I started drinking Unbound Brewery's beers. They were kind enough to send me the beers then 2 years ago. They're kind enough to send me the beers now. But I remember drinking a stout from them, which was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And then they kind of made an imperial version of it and put it in a barrel, and it was amazing. What I love about this can is it's got that kind of... I love the North. The North reminds me of Wales. There's a certain kind of hardness to it. There's a certain kind of, everything's kind of almost kind of, it's stone and granite, and look at the building there. It's cold and dark. And I mean that with the greatest of respects. It's got a certain toughness about it, doesn't it? The North. It's where people live there in the North. What am I trying to say? They've never been... Years ago, they were graced by lots of work, lots of industry. That's the word I'm looking for, industry. This can looks like the industry of old in the North. Hopefully, one day it comes back. Let's hope it does. Jet black can, nice wrap on the can. Without further ado, let's get the beer out. Whoa, into a glass. Look at the carbonation on that, and see what we get. I'm a big fan of stout. Look at this! Oh, look at this! I'm going to remind you, this is 4% ABV. 4% ABV. I talked about 2 years ago. I had a stout from Unbound Brewing Company. To be honest with you, it was 2 years ago. I can't remember the name of the stout, but it looked just like this. It looked just like this, and when I poured it out back then, and I got all excited and prayed that they made a barrel-aged version of the beer, probably without even trying it. I'm looking at this beer at the same time and going, oh my goodness me, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. Look at that. It's like engine oil. But do you know what really impresses me about, even though it looks like kind of engine oil, it's 4% ABV. They've sessioned. Unbound Brewing Company have managed to session engine oil. Can you imagine sessioning engine oil? This is going to be a wild ride. Look at it. Look at it. It's like oil. I love it. Oh. Absolutely. Look at that. Look at that glass of beer. Oh, jet black in the glass. 2 to 3 finger. Rich, deep tan coloured head. Nice tight bubbles on the carbonation. Nice tight bubbles on the head of the beer. Let's get the aroma. Unbelievable. Roasty, toasty, biscuity, bready. This is my idea of a stout. Beer in 2022 has changed. Certainly supermarket beer of 2022 has changed the face of beer. As much as I love New England IPAs, and as much as I really don't like these sweet, sickly stouts with no bitterness in whatsoever, I look at this beer as a champion, as a this is a stout. This is a stout. Not these sweet, cloyny, stouts with no bitterness. I can smell the bitterness in this beer. I can smell the toastiness and the roastiness and this is what a stout is meant to be. Big and hard and tough and northern in the UK. Stout means strong. It doesn't mean sweet and sickly and with no bitterness. Let's dive into this one. Cheers, everybody. Oh, Stone the crows. Stone the crows. That is a stout. That is a real stout with real roasty, toasty bitterness on the back end. If you think of coffee, if you think of drinking a coffee, you get that kind of big, strong, bitter coffee taste. You get that in the beer from the roasted malts. If you think of bitter dark chocolate, the bitterness in the dark chocolate, you get that in this lovely stout. And then if you think of a little bit of kind of sweet caramel, just to kind of talk about the lighter malts that are in the beer, you get that little bit of sweetness to begin with to slightly offset that bitterness on the back end. There's plum, there's fig, there's prunes. And the plums and the figs, look at that. Look, it's engine oil. It's actual engine oil. Oh man, I love this. Absolutely love this. It's Monday morning. It's 9:46 a.m. and I'm drinking one of the great stouts that I've drank in 2022. One of the great stouts. And that includes all the imperial stouts that I've tried and all of the barrel-aged beers and all of the kind of imperial porters and let me show you where did it go? Where have I put it? Here. I've had this before. This is the Dr. Van der Coroner's Sans Pardon, a bourbon barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout at 11% ABV. It's an incredible beer. It really is. It's an incredible beer. But this is equally as incredible. And the reason for that is that it's 4%. It's 4% ABV. They've managed to cram in all of the reasons why people drink a dry, bitter, roasty, toasty, creamy stout. Not all of us will like it, but the people who do really blooming like it, you know? But they've crammed all of that creaminess, that richness, that the plum and the fig and the prune is coming from the hops that they've added to the beer. Then you get the roastiness and the toastiness at the same time. There's a little bit of toasted coconut in there. Just amazing beer, really. I mean, it's 4%. I'm looking out the window. It's a dull, dreary Monday morning. On a dull, dreary November Monday morning, I could quite happily dry off my plastic chair because it's covered in water and it needs drying off. But I could quite happily just put the 4 cans on my little table that I've got out there, clean off my plastic chair, sit down and just enjoy 3 or 4 with my bobble hat on and my coat, 3 or 4 roasty, toasty, drinkable session stouts. And this is it. It's a session stout. You're meant to want to drink 3 or 4 of these, which I could quite easily drink 3, 4, 5 or 6 of these. What a great way to pass a dreary, wet, cold November morning. To crack a few of these and pass the time by. I should probably be saying Monday evening, shouldn't I? But I'm saying Monday morning because it is Monday morning here in the UK. And yeah, I couldn't think of a better thing to do than crack a few of these open and just sit and enjoy, you know? It's so good. It's so good. I haven't been to the north for a while. I'm definitely due to go up to... I'm due to go up to Leeds, I think, very, very shortly. It won't be long. A session stout based on our award-winning Nocturnal Stout. Yeah, the Nocturnal Stout, that was it. Easy drinking, full-flavoured session stout with chocolate and coffee flavours with a balanced bitterness from the UK Pilgrim hops. The ingredients, and this is what I love about beer. And this is what I love about kind of pouring that engine. If you remember back when we were pouring the beer, that engine of the liquid, it all comes from water, malted barley, oats and hops. And that's it. That's it. You've managed to get all of that loveliness, all of that complex flavour, all of the complex aromas and the look and the feel from 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients. 4 ingredients. There's no Black Forest Gatto in here. There's no like lactose and sweeteners and all of these kind of 2022 supermarket stouts that have got raspberry in them and all of these other things in them that makes it really sweet and cloyny and, for me personally, horrible. This has 4 ingredients and it's just tremendous. It really is tremendous. Unbound Brewing Company. They're up Oldham Way. I think they're called Cannes. Pennine Hills. I think they're up in Cannes. Colne in the UK. Love it. Amazing beer. 4% ABV. Just look at it. Just look at it one more time. 4%. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.